timeline, first of all, especially in what's going on in Obi-Wan, is so important to a lot of fans. You know what I mean? Because you get this gap of 10 years or so after, you know what I'm saying? Or well, excuse me, it's
between episode 3 and episode 4.
Like
when Rogue One was set, basically.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, what is it, 17 years? I forgot how old Luke is in A New Hope, like 17 or something like that, or 16. I'm not sure. But like that there's just so much that could go on. Like, Vader's alive, Obi-Wan's still there, shit's going on in the galaxy. So it's just like this very rich point in the timeline where they can do a lot with it. I don't mind Obi-Wan's current portrayal. I know people are upset with that. Like, oh, this is The Last Jedi #2. It's Luke being a bitch and Obi-Wan being a bitch. No, but you have to, like, the Luke thing, I don't buy the Luke thing. I'm not trying to hear that. But this one, like, I buy this. I buy the fact that you had this incredible Jedi who gave his life to this whole thing and this order and the Republic and everything. And then the next thing you know...
I definitely buy the portrayal. He's depressed. I mean, he would be.
Yeah.
I mean...
Exactly. Who would not be when you just went through all that shit? Everything you've ever lived for is gone. You think you killed your best friend because you got into a fight with your best friend. Like, you think he's dead. Like, I would be like, Jesus Christ, what am I doing? I sleep in a cave too for 10 years. Yeah. My biggest gripe with it so far is I don't know if I buy this whole Leia Obi-Wan relationship when she's 10. I'm not sure if I buy that.
Feels a bit forced. It's like, to me, I don't know if this would be better as a movie or as...
I was saving it. I was saving it till the end. Like, this should have been a movie. It should have been a movie.
And I think they could have either gone and made it like a full-on season and 20 episodes and really explored all these characters in proper detail, or they should have cut out all the fluff and all the mincing about and made it a solid movie. I think I would have preferred the movie approach. But right now it feels like there are sparks or glints of something really special there. Yeah. But it's also dragged down in all this sort of mediocre filler like that bit where they're like these thugs are like chasing girl Leia in the forest. Really?
It's like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. There are like incredible glimpses of good stuff inside some of the episodes. Yeah, I think Ewan McGregor is tremendous so far, portraying Obi-Wan as
he's the best. He's the best thing about it, I think.
Yeah, 100%. I was thinking about spoilers for the last episode, but I was with my friends. So I obviously watched it immediately. My friends watched it for the first time yesterday. Yeah. And I'm sitting on the floor watching it, and I'm like, I turned to them because I'm thinking, so most people watch this in the confines of their own home. Maybe they have a couple of friends over. That's great, whatever. And I'm just thinking about what would have happened in the movie theater with the right budget, with the right care and time put into it when Vader cracked that fucking lightsaber on. I would have ran out of the theater. I would have left. I was like, I can't watch anymore. I really would have left.
Obi-Wan meeting Vader again for the first time since their duel. That should have been a moment that is seared into your memory forever. And it came, and it was pretty good. But I didn't want pretty good. I didn't want pretty good. Yeah. I wanted to be blown away.
I was saying this too. I'm like, I'm never going to get this again. I'm like, this was the shot you were supposed to give it everything you had. Like, I'm never going to get to see this again. This is what you delivered me. This is it. This is it.
Yeah, I know, right? There's something about the stage design. It just feels sort of like boxed in. Like it feels like it doesn't have the budget or the scope that a momentous occasion like this should have. Dude.
I said the same thing. I'm like, it's just so budget looking at times, especially during their duel thing. It looks like they're fighting in a box. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have the immersive feeling that I think it should. Where like I don't believe it. Not that I believe, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to say believe it, but I'm not bought in, I think is the right term. I'm not bought in.
I think the issue is that the budget for this is probably pretty bigger than The Mandalorian, but The Mandalorian is a smaller story. And this, you're dealing with like actual, like really important main character, central character level material. So there's a bit of a disjoint between seeing these just presented on the big screen with a director who's familiar with putting things, with directing things as they should be in a movie, and then compressing it into, it feels like a TV show. That's the biggest criticism about it. And these are movie characters. This is not TV worthy, everybody. This should be, this should have had care. I also remember hearing that there were like rewrites and things like that to the show a long time ago. I'm not sure if that plays a part in what was going on, but to your point, like these characters needed to have a little bit more time and proper direction. And by the way, I think Deborah Chow, right, is the one who did most of the episodes. The director, is it Deborah Chow? I think the first one, definitely. The first one, definitely.
She did excellent work on The Mandalorian. Like, her episodes were awesome on The Mandalorian. Yeah. So I know it's not like, I know she can do it. I'm just worried about, like you said, someone that can take these like extremely important characters and portray them in a way that, you know, we want. And I know that the big thing is the people that hate Star Wars the most are Star Wars fans. And I think about that term all the time. Star Wars fans hate Star Wars. And you know what it is? It's like people have this sense of like ownership of the character because Obi-Wan's not my friend, but I know Obi-Wan Kenobi. You know what I'm saying? Not that I own the character, you know what I mean? But there's this connection of someone that I feel like it's so hard to explain without sounding like a weirdo. But it's like those.
I hear you, dude. We're so attached to these characters. Like we grew up with them. They're so important to us. And these moments are these moments are things that we've been thinking about in our heads. Like, what was it like when Vader met Obi-Wan for the first time? Because they clearly met before, before A New Hope. Somewhere between episode 3 and 4, there was another meeting, and we saw it there. So how did it go down? It must have been a momentous occasion. It's like, it's just in the back street of some town somewhere, and some sand again, some more sand. And it's like
it was really underwhelming. Unfortunately, it was okay. It wasn't the best thing ever. It was all right.
I think it's a good TV show. TV show, and I think that sums it up really. It's a good TV show, and I'm just left wanting a bit more. Yep. And I'm still gonna watch the next episode. I'm still super excited. Yeah. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I still want to see the next one. Like, I'm dying. I'll come home and watch this shit right away. Like, I'm anxious. I want to know what's going on. I mean, obviously, they're gonna meet again in the show. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna happen one more time. Obi-Wan's definitely gonna talk to Qui-Gon. He's gonna snap him out of his depression. And then hopefully that next meeting is going to be a little bit better. But do you know what is another huge miss, man? No Imperial March?
The music.
The music is like...
I can't remember the music. I can't remember the music, which means it's not up to the standard I want it to be. I remember when they showed Vader for the first time, and there's this like... I don't know what it was, but it sounded like something from a horror movie or something. It's just like, it just didn't work. It just wasn't memorable. It didn't hit the chords you needed
not
to.
Memorable, yeah, exactly. And you needed that. I just don't know why they would not have the Imperial March somewhere.
Do they not have the rights to it? Do they not have the rights? Did they drop the rights? Did that not come with the deal?
Immediately.
Vader and the Imperial March are so intertwined that like, you gotta use it when you reintroduce this character, otherwise it just feels weird.
But I don't want to harp on the hallway scene, but the remix of the hallway scene it is the Imperial March. There's just like this choir doing it, and it's fucking incredible. It is insane. Like, they could have done something where maybe you don't want to have the exact Imperial March, but do something like it, kind of like what Rogue One did. And I think that's half the reason why that scene is so good, because the music is just spine chilling. And what's going on the screen, like everything that's what I'm saying. That is movie theater quality of that character.
And Vader's a character, like, he's so iconic. He's so, like, you can't mess it up when Vader comes on the screen. And they didn't mess it up, but they didn't really nail it either.
He didn't screw up, but he got like a B minus or a B. You're in the B's maybe. Like, that should have been well beyond your expectation. That should have been S.
Exactly.